the Epstein file.
Covering my hair in stain remover. So yesterday I put pen ink in my hair, then colored pen ink, and it stained my hair and skin like this. So I'm going to use these stain removing chemicals to try and get the stain out. I started by getting these magic erasers and tried using those to scrub off the ink, but even after scrubbing really hard, it wasn't working. I even tried scrubbing my skin, but nothing was coming out. So the next thing I tried was cleaning spray on my skin first while scrubbing it with the magic eraser. And it did get some of the ink off, but also made my skin burn. I also tried it on my hair, but that didn't work either, and those were the two strongest cleaners I had. So at this point, I thought I'd be permanently stuck with ink-stained hair. But while going into the laundry room to wash my ink-stained shirt, I saw this Max Force stain remover, which gets stains out of clothes, so I thought maybe it'll work on my hair. So after taking a deep breath, I poured it on my head. It smelled really strong and was burning my nose and made my eyes water. But I pushed through and decided to put plastic wrap on it and on for an hour. After the hour was up, it looked like it worked, or at least had a reaction, so I went to the sink to wash it out, but my hair was coming out in chunks that were white, which made me very concerned, so I decided after rinsing it to just let it dry. And it did get all of the pen ink out of my hair, but along with the rest of my hair color, and it is also extremely dry and brittle. Subscribe if I should keep it like this.
I go from this to this. It's called Rizona.
Putting the ink that's inside of colored pens in my hair to try and fix my ruined hair color. So yesterday I put regular pen ink in my hair and it left my hair like this, so I'm going to try to use these to get some color back in my hair. I started by getting 96 colored pens and used pliers to rip them apart and used a syringe to get the ink out until I had this multicolored bowl of it. At first I tried applying it using a paintbrush so I wouldn't get any in my eye again, but that was taking way too long, so I decided to just pour it on my head. I pushed it through very carefully until my hair and my forehead was completely covered in it, and then put plastic wrap on it again because I think it worked last time, and set a timer for an hour to let it absorb. Then after taking off the plastic wrap and rinsing all of the ink off in the sink, it still looked the exact same, which made me think my hair might just be dead, and that's why I didn't color this. Oh! Putting the ink that's inside of pens in my putting the world's largest gummy bear in my hair. I started by melting the giant gummy bear down into a syrup and then ran back to pour it on my head. I can't get this candle wax out of my hair. So a few days ago I put candle wax in my hair and I've tried everything I can think of to try and get it out, but nothing has worked. So today I've come up with a few more desperate ideas to try and get it out. Starting off with a pretty dangerous one, my first idea was to put a bunch of leftover candles on my head and light them all up to try and melt it off because this is the only thing that kind of worked last time. But once they melted all down, it just left a bunch of small holes with burned hair in it and didn't do much of anything else. That was my only idea that didn't involve shaving it off or major hair damage, so I grabbed some scissors and an electric shaver to try and shave all of my hair off. But just before I did, I realized I'd rather have damaged hair than no hair, so instead I tried using my curling iron and hair dryer contraption again, this time wiping off the melted wax before it dries again. It was actually working pretty well, but was also taking a very long time, so long that by the time I even got some of it off, it was nighttime, so I went to bed with it still in my hair, which was very uncomfortable. And after a rough night, when I woke up, I went right back at it again until I got most of it out, then went in the shower, turned the heat to max, and used a ton of oil and conditioner to slowly get the rest out, along with a lot of my hair. And now I finally don't have candle wax in my hair anymore, but my hair definitely has heat damage, and I don't know if it'll be the same ever again. Trying to get candle wax out of my hair. So yesterday I covered my hair in candle wax, and now it's
If you mash
covering my hair in melted candle. Putting melted 24-karat gold crayons in my hair to see if it'll stain my hair gold. I started by buying these rare golden crayons, took the wrappers off, and then put them on the stove and melted all of them down into this hot syrup. And then while I was testing to see if it was too hot, I burned my finger on it, so I waited for it to cool down a little and then poured it on my head. I pushed it through my hair, which was very difficult, but it looked really cool, kind of like a crown of crayons. Then I waited for it to completely dry, and it turned into this shiny, matted down, rock-hard golden crown. And to try and get it out, lucky for me, I've gotten melted crayons out of my hair before, so I tried the same strategy, but for some reason the curling iron wasn't melting it. So I panicked and tried using scissors to cut it out, and piece by piece it did start to come out along with my hair. Once I cut the outer parts off, the scissors wouldn't cut the middle. So I tried using the curling iron again, but this time putting it on the hottest setting and using a hair dryer at the same time. And thankfully, but very slowly, it started to melt, which really hurt, but it's better than having no hair. And when it was finally loose enough, I went to the bathroom and tried to wash it out with hot water. It took forever, cost me a lot of hair, but I did manage to get it it all out. It left my hair a lot shorter, a little golden and sparkly, which I think looks kind of cool. But I am never putting crayons in my hair.
Hey, friends! The theme is
Covering my hair in the world's blackest paint to see if it'll stain my hair black permanently. To show you just how black this stuff is, here's a regular piece of paper, here's a piece of paper covered in it, here's them next to each other with a kiwi that I bet you didn't even know was there. And I'm going to put this stuff in my hair. So I poured it on my hair, it just felt like regular paint, except it looked really dark. I pushed it through to make sure every strand was completely covered and then waited for it to dry. While it was drying, I tried cleaning off the black from my hands, but it would not come off no matter how hard I scrubbed. I decided to let it dry in my hair anyways, and once it did, my hair looked like a black void. It looked like it was absorbing all the light from my roots. It is so dark that, to be honest, I'll be surprised if my hair isn't stained at least a little black. To try and wash it out, I went to the bathroom and tried washing it out with shampoo, but even after like 10 rounds, and no matter how hard I tried, it was not budging at all. So I went and grabbed some olive oil to try and use that to get it out. It started to make it slip off, which made it easier to wash, but as it was coming out, I noticed the hair underneath was still super dark. When I got it all out, this is how my hair looks. It is extremely dark, at least the top part of it. It's very patchy. But I kind of like it. I honestly wouldn't be too mad if it is permanent. Subscribe if you think I should dye the rest. Can I use every single one of these products to force my hair to be curly? To find out, I started by wetting my hair down, then applied the first product, a leave-in conditioner. After I pushed that through my hair, then I grabbed the curl cream, got about this amount and scrunched it. Then I grabbed the pomade, got about a fingertips amount and scrunched that in as well. Did the same thing with the clay and scrunched it. Putting invisible ink in my hair to see if it makes my hair glow in the dark permanently. Please do not try this at home. I started by buying 170 invisible ink pens, then ripped them all open to get these things out and blew into them to get the liquid out into a bowl until I had this massive toxic looking container of it that I'm going to pour in my hair. So without thinking much, I poured it on my head, but as I pushed it through, it felt warm and tingly, but I continued until my scalp got really red and itchy. So I ran to the bathroom to quickly wash it out, which helped a little bit. Then I came back and carefully applied it to my hair by raking it through, trying to avoid my scalp with my hands. It also made my hands very red and itchy. But now I just have to wait for it to dry, which took about 15 minutes. In the light, it didn't look that cool. It just looked like my hair had a weird cast on it. When I turned the lights off, it looked radioactive, was all over my face, and was so bright that I could literally use my hair to draw invisible messages with it. But now to see if my hair, and I guess my face now too, is permanently glowing, I went to the shower and washed my hair with shampoo and conditioner like normal. My shower water was also glowing in the dark, which looked really cool. Then when I got out, my hair looked like it was completely back to normal and didn't feel weird at all. To really test it, I turned off the lights again, and my hair isn't glowing, but all of my skin is. But my hair isn't staying glowing, so I'm going to take this as a win. Putting trying to get melted Skittles out of my hair. So yesterday I melted Skittles and put them in my hair.
we got an onion bowl today. Look at that. My brother destroyed my drawing and tried to make it better.
That's a good picture for first grade.
Goddamn vampire! My brother destroyed my drawing and tried to make it better. The girls versus the boys. Which group's dance made you rewatch it over and over again? First, the girls' team. Finally, the boys' team. The girls versus...
No! Don't drop him! He's not food! Breakfast time, Pingu! Pingu? Where are you? Pingu! Hang on! I'm coming, buddy! No! Don't drop him! He's not food!
My babies are hungry!
911! Send everyone! My neighbor is feeding my penguin to her wolves! Hurry!
He's crazy. He broke into my yard and threw raw fish at me.
Sir, drop the fish. You're under arrest for trespassing and assault. She's feeding my penguin to wolves! Yes, Sarge, I got him. Guy broke in and attacked a woman with a raw fish. Total maniac.
Hey, he's my dinner. Come back.
I got you, Pingu. Finally got your breakfast, buddy. You're safe now. Subscribe for Pingu.